Good morning. This is YouTube Live episode 150 and Mobile Live 90 at Angela Dawn Sawyer-Riley 0024. It's October 23rd of 2024. At I lost connection and connection's now back at 27 or 28 and counting. YouTube Live 150 at Angela Dawn Sawyer-Riley 0024 on YouTube.com. Anyways, it's sitting here, not doing nothing. I had my coffee this morning, which is still, I'm still not satisfied with. And I had to ditch lost connection and now back to live. Anyways, so now I am to soda. I keep losing connection for some reason. Remember brown plastic? I wondered what changed that, if that was, or if they're still brown somewhere, or if that is, if they're all clear. Anyways. I figured. I keep losing connection. And don't know why. There goes my 10 o'clock alarm. Which is mainly meant to make sure I'm awake and alive. So anyway, I'm losing connection again. I was watching WDRB News, which is now over. I missed Tiny Toons. I have dementia and amnesia, in case you haven't noticed, which if you follow me or watch me, you already know that. And I've only been going live on YouTube for about 7 or 8 months. Before that, I went live on my Facebook. I've been going live on Facebook for years. I don't know how many years, but numerous years. Anyways, still go live on Facebook. I try to do YouTube daily. I've missed a few days in the past 7 months since I started, but for the most part, I've been daily. I've also got reality issues with my calendar, with me sleeping longer than what I think. In order for that to, I mean, that scenario is possible, but it would require extreme measures. Still possible, though. Numerous possibilities. Anyways, my date is October 23rd, and I believe today is, it's either I think it's my grandpa's birthday, my grandpa Amburgey's birthday, if I remember right. One side of things I wanted to say it was March, and one side of things it was October, so I don't know. But anyways, my grandpa Amburgey, he was my mom's dad, and he was a coal miner in Kentucky until he retired. Whenever he retired from the coal mines in Kentucky, him and my grandma, they were Estill and Eunice Amburgey. Anyways, so whenever he retired from the coal mines in Kentucky, they all moved to Indiana. And whenever they moved to Indiana, I believe he went into factory work. My grandma couldn't, or was labeled disabled. I don't know, but anyways, my grandma was disabled. She was legally blind and legally deaf. They wouldn't even let her go to school whenever she was younger because of her, because she was considered legally blind and legally deaf. So anyways, whenever they moved here, they initially moved over on Boo Road in Austin, Indiana. And then they moved from there to a house on Broadway in Austin, Indiana. And that was where they were finished. My mom and my aunt were finished raising at. Anyways, he had started a new and used furniture store, an antique store in the back garage, and then a small store or convenience store out of the side garage, out of the attached garage on the house. Anyways, I don't know why I'm focusing on Tom and Jerry, but anywho, so they had ran the store, the furniture, new and used for an antique store out of the back garage for years. And the same with the pop and candy store or small grocery store in the side attached garage. It was called Amburgey's New and Used Furniture and Antiques, and then soda pops or soda and candy or something. It used to have a sign out front. My aunt had hand drawn it and hung it up. Anyways, so because of the store, he was always going to auctions, and he would go and buy lots of stuff, of miscellaneous stuff, and then he would bring it home and it would get set out there. Anyways, he done that for a lot of years. He used to own a box truck because of it, for that very reason, because he had to have the box truck to move the stuff back and forth from the auction whenever he would buy it. He was legal, but he was in fact a retired coal miner. So anyways, whenever I think he ran. I think he kept both stores open up until he died, and then I think, or maybe he may have closed one and sold what he could, and then left the rest. I'm not sure which. I don't remember. But we had his funeral in '96, and or by my life anyway. My life's questionable. My life, it remains to be seen on if my life is the actual um, version or not, or if it's different. So, anyways, it's like that with everybody in my life. But anyways, he was completely legal in it. He had to buy the permits or the business license or whatever. So grandma, the lot is labeled residential, um, or business or with business or something. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but it's been that way since I was, well, most of my life, if not all of my life. They had already lived there whenever I moved, or whenever I was born. Based on photos that I've got, that was where my mom and dad were married at. Um, Whenever my mom was pregnant with me. So, I don't know if that's accurate or not. The photos may have come from her getting ready or something. I don't know. But, anyways, um, there's been controversy over it, and then there's controversy over my aunt and uncle, also. The property's not Amburgey property anymore up there. It's now Corbett property, um, which is still on my family. It's just not. My grandma. I lost my grandpa in '96, supposedly, and then supposedly lost my grandma in 2012. So, anyways, um, it was supposed to be left to me, and it was actually given to me in person. I actually moved my family into it, and we lived there 3 years, and then lost it. So, but it remained in the family, and I believe it still does today. It's supposedly in the Corbett name though. But anyways, so, and then my aunt and uncle, they are also. My aunt is my mom's sister, only sister at that, or only sibling at that that I know of or that's documented. Um, they are both retired, and then both of my parents have death certificates. So, um, and this is coming up for a reason. We have imposters or people that are known as us, that look similar. Some are exact, some are similar. Anyway, so we're having lots of issues with it still, and every time, usually just hearing that, hearing my family's background usually clears it up and steps most off. And it hasn't been the case. It wasn't the case the last two times. But they'll usually weasel their way in somehow, and then people will lose sight, and then their facade will, or their history will land in our laps. So a lot of the times, if people are reminded of the fact that my family's money was legit and legal and verifiable, it usually backs a lot of it off. So that would be why that is coming up. Well, that and today is, I believe, his birthday. Either today or March. I think it's today. But anyways, him and my grandma would be. My grandma's birth name was Eunice Montana Shepherd out of Kentucky. And my grandpa's was either Estill James Amburgey or James Estill Amburgey. I can't remember which. Anyways, my grandma got married and became an Amburgey. And at some point over her life, she hated the name Montana, so she had Montana taken off and abbreviated her birth name. So it became Eunice S. Amburgey versus Eunice Montana. So, anyways, that also mattered for some reason. I'm not catching. I have reality issues because of that, and because of all the parts and all the versions and all the different sets. And you guys expect me to, my scatterbrained ass, to keep up with everything, and that is just not possible. They don't let me. The harder you guys try to educate me or to give me a mindset, the more 50 others try and counter it, or I get 50 other different versions. You factor in my amnesia and my dementia and the people that are against me, and it's damn near impossible. Um, my eyes look different, and I can't figure out why or when it happened or how it happened. Most likely planned, I'm guessing. I think I remember it being planned. Well, well, now they're countering it and putting him back to being derpy. So, anyways, I am public. People make me out to look like a jackass all day, every day. One of the things about dementia is keeping up with your loved ones, or your loved ones keeping up with you, and or just talking. I spend so much time on my own. That's the only time I get to talk. But anyways, it is I don't know. I'm not going to explain myself. But anyways, you don't have to watch if you don't want to. People make me a target all in their own ways without my social media, and a lot of the times they won't use my social media because it counters what they're trying to market off. Human trafficking is a big thing, and that was one of the reasons why social media started, was to counter what they put out there. I don't do nothing. I'm disabled. I stay home, and I don't do nothing at all in no fashion. And I am a victim of identity theft. So whatever's going on ain't me. Anyways, I am waiting on an important decision in my life that I still haven't got. The phone call I got, the second phone call, I got one phone call and I was told to wait on the mail. Then I called the number back and left a message. They called me back, and whenever I got the second call back, I got 6 different scenarios. And hung up the phone doubting the call altogether, doubting the whole thing, wondering if my appointments had actually been canceled or not, and thinking that it was fraudulent. which I was already thinking, suspecting somewhere fraudulent activity somewhere anyway. But so now I'm kind of playing the waiting game and seeing what's going on. Um, I've got a critter stuck in my throat, and I have no idea how I'm going to get it out. Um, I don't have the tools or the coordination to do it myself. So, anywho, um, anyways, what's been going on has been bringing people out of the woodwork and holding their hand out and mimicking my every move, which they tend to do anyway. Only during certain times or on certain requests, which is done periodically, or done routinely every so often. So, anyways, I'm being told that me being on social media doesn't change anything, and that darker days are coming, and that it is because of identity theft, which means it's no different than how it's been. Which means whenever I think I pointed out the other day that I was told that my worst nightmares were back. Well, apparently have a terrorist who is known as me, or who uses my name as her alias, who is also in town, and which has also happened before. Um, so I'm used to it. It's happened before. Um, that's why I tried to say I was held to such a higher standard, because 5 of the women that were proven to use my identity were in members of organizations, and everything I done affected them because they were known as me. So any punishment that I caused them, they would always retaliate on me over. Um, and nobody ever understood that. They always looked at me like I was crazy and lying or making it up or whatever, and which I think has been going on. So because whenever I first started going live publicly, a lot of people stepped off, and there was also a supposed created spot that may have been the reason for it. But either way, it did help, and it did get people stepped off. But just like I told you once a certain female or certain females found out, or even a couple males found out, that they would go to the mic and go full force until they got it back or whatever. And I told you it would get worse before it would get better, and um, that it may end up being the very death of me. So I don't know what episode that was said, but I tend to be pretty honest on here, and it tends to get me. It tends to cause me trouble. Um, but anyways, I don't know what that's in reference to. Chat is available. I don't know if it'll let me see it or not. It's not popping up. It's not showing any viewers neither. So anyways, I'm at 20 minutes and counting now. Still YouTube live episode 150 at Angela Dawn Sawyer-Riley 0024 on youtube.com. I know I need severe medical treatment. They won't let me because they're the ones who have control over the ones who have control, and also somebody that's known has um, my husband and an ex both went in and told him not to treat me because he had me and my kids all, and he had the only originals there were. It was done again recently. They supposedly went in and got treatment, and the bill was left in my name. I can't get medical treatment. Last time the last appointment I had for my annual, um, they wouldn't even see me. They left me in the lot. The time before that, there was, um, I got to go in for, or the year before that in 22, I got to go in for my annual and have X-rays and head CT, and that was it. The vaccines I got vaccines last year, which are due this year, and I can't even go get vaccines now. And it's being done because of identity theft and them strong arming the doctors. So, anyways, I'm going to go. Have a good week.